Morning, everyone. It's morning coffee time again. Today we're going to get right back into the logical fallacies series, and we're going to talk about the gambler's fallacy. Believing that runs occur to statistically independent phenomena such as roulette wheel spins. Okay, I'm just going to go ahead and keep reading because I don't quite fully understand what they try to say with that. This commonly believed fallacy can be said to have helped create a city in the desert of Nevada, Las Vegas. Though the overall odds of a big run happening may be low, each spin of the wheel is itself entirely independent from the last. And here's your example. Red had come up 6 times in a row on the roulette wheel, so Greg knew that it was close to certain that black would be up next. Suffering an economic form of natural selection, with this thinking, he soon lost all of his savings. So basically what this is saying is when you're dealing with odds, you can't assume that just because something has happened 6 times that it's going to, the opposite's going to happen, right, if you have 2 outcomes. And the big thing here is when you're dealing with statistically independent phenomena, like they talked about in the beginning, they are exactly that, right? Statistically independent, which means that the more it happens doesn't necessarily mean that the opposite outcome is more likely to occur, right? Think about like flipping heads or tails. You may get about half and half, but just because it happens 6 times in a row doesn't mean that's not going to happen a 7th, right? If you're going to flip a coin 100 times and maybe you get half and half of your flips, heads and tails, you may get 20 heads in a row, you may get 50 heads in a row. I mean, statistically speaking, that's pretty unlikely. But independently, each time you flip or each time you roll or each time you gamble, it's going to be an independent occurrence where the chances remain the same, right? They don't stack against each other. And the reason why this is important for your debates is you can't make an opinion or I guess a point of discussion, hey, this has happened 5 times, the other one is bound to happen next, right? Because you don't know. And you've got to keep that form of sound logic going when trying to make your points of debate and trying to make form your opinions and your thoughts, right? Don't ever believe in the gambler's fallacy that just because something has happened a few times, the opposite is bound to occur more likely than before, because each time is independent of itself and it's still the same likelihood of being one or the other. Now, there are other times where, you keep going and something does make it more likely to occur opposite, but not in issues like this. So I'm going to go ahead and leave you with that. Tomorrow we're going to talk about bandwagon, and I will see you guys there.